We will be continuing with the chapter Federalism, but before we understand some basic concepts today, we'll be very quickly revising whatever we have done so far. Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country. We don't name them as states because they're known by different names in different countries. But one thing is clear, in a federalism, there are two or more levels of government. There is one set of government for the entire country, and there is another set of government for the federating units. These federating units are named as states in India. In a federation, there are two or more levels of government. There is one government for the entire country, and there is also a government at the level of the provinces or the states. Both enjoy power independent of the other, and the state governments have the power of their own and are not answerable to the center. Example: USA, Canada, India are all examples of federations. Those countries where there is only one level of government, they are called unitary forms of government. The country may be divided into smaller units for the sake of convenience, but these subunits are subordinated, they are under the central government. Center can pass orders to the local government. United Kingdom, France are both examples of federations. Here are the features of federalism. A federal form of government has two or more levels of government. It is not compulsory that every country has to go in for a third level of government. We have gone in for the local self-government as the third tier of government because our country is very huge, very vast, and very, very diverse. So in order to enable the democracy to reach the grassroots level, we have adopted the third tier of government called the local self-government, but it is not necessary. Next is each level has its own power jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means the area of working. So it is clearly mentioned which government is going to do what work and how they're going to collect their taxes or revenue. The jurisdiction or the area of working of the various levels of government is clearly mentioned by the constitution, and there is constitutional guarantee of authority in the sense that a unitary form of government may or may not have a written constitution, but a federal form of government has to have a written constitution. The constitutional provisions can be changed only with the consent of both levels of government. There are three ways in which the constitution can be amended. The first is simple majority. 51% say yes and 49% say no. The bill is passed and becomes a law. Second is absolute majority. Certain provisions of the constitution can be altered only if there are by two-thirds majority. If there are two-thirds majority in the parliament which has voted in favor of the bill, then it becomes a law. In the third category, besides the passing of the bill by two-thirds majority by the members of the parliament, it has to be it is circulated among all the members of the states, circulated to the legislative assemblies of states, and if the legislative assemblies of states of more than half of the states say yes, then the bill becomes a law. The objectives of federalism: first, to safeguard and promote the unity of the country. This is also called the dual objective, and to accommodate regional diversity. These are the two crucial means very, very important aspects of an ideal federalism. First is governments at different levels should agree to some rules of power sharing. Power has to be shared between the central, state, and the local governments, and certain rules and regulations should be there which are common to all. Second is trust and agreement to live together must be there. The people who are constituting the unit should not be always in a situation of war with each other, war of words perhaps, but trust and agreement to live together must be there. Now coming on to the holding together and coming together federations, or the different rules by which federations are formed. First is the coming together federation. Independent states, they come together on their own to form a bigger unit. They increase their security by pooling their sovereignty and retaining identity. All constituent states have equal power, that is, the central government is equal to the state government. And examples are USA, Switzerland, and Australia. Second is the holding together federation. Large countries divide their power between constitutional units and center. Center is more powerful as compared vis-a-vis as compared to the states. The constituent units of federation, as they are called states in India, have unequal powers. India, Spain, and Belgium are examples of holding together federations. What makes India a federal country? The Constitution has declared India as a union of states. There are three tiers of Indian federalism: union, state, and panchayat, local self-governments or panchayati raj in the rural areas. Third, there is a threefold distribution of legislative powers under union list, state list, and concurrent list. Legislative powers means the power to make laws or to legislate. All states in the Indian Union do not have identical powers, that means equal powers. We also have some union territories. Changes in power sharing has to be passed by two-thirds majority in the parliament. In case of any dispute regarding division of power, the apex court will take action. Apex means the topmost court, and in this case, in the Indian context, it is the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court of India acts as an umpire in any case related to the center-state relations. Those subjects which are not mentioned in the union list, state, and concurrent list are known as residuary subjects. And now the need is being felt to make laws on these residuary subjects like information technology, like cyber crimes. So whenever laws have to be made on these subjects, then the central government will make the laws and not the state governments. The subjects that are not available or not mentioned in either of the three lists, union list, state list, and concurrent list, are known as residuary subjects, and the power to make laws on these subjects is known as the residuary power. Now, regarding the special powers enjoyed by certain constituent units of the Indian Federation, be very careful that this paragraph that I'm showing you here is the latest. If your textbook is not updated, then please note this. You will not write down Jammu and Kashmir anymore now. Now, as far as the special powers of certain units are concerned, most federations that are formed by the holding together route, as we did yesterday also and today also in the previous slide, there are two rules by which federalisms are formed. One is the coming together federation and the other is the holding together federation. India is an example of holding together federation because C is greater than S. The central government is more powerful than the state governments. So here in the holding together federation, all the states do not have identical powers. That means the same powers are not given to all the states. Some states enjoy a special status. States such as Assam, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, and Mizoram enjoy special powers under certain provisions of the Constitution of India, Article 371. Before that, we have already done Article 370 or heard about it. That was an article that was applicable to Jammu and Kashmir, where they had their own constitution, they had their own flag, and whatever decisions were being taken by the Indian government, they were applicable only to the people in Jammu and Kashmir till their own legislative assembly members said yes to it. But now Article 370 has been scrapped from Jammu and Kashmir. These special powers are specially enjoyed in relation to the protection of land rights of the indigenous people. Indigenous means the people who have already been living there, the local people, their culture, and also preferential employment in government services. Indians who are not permanent residents of this state cannot buy or house in these areas, cannot buy a house or land there.